Hello everyone, welcome to Siddhi Academics. I'm Amrita. I firmly believe that you should keep trying until you get it right. Let's start our trial for today. Let's start with fractions today. What are actually fractions? What are the different types of fractions and other concepts associated with them? Also, we will do different kinds of problems so that we are very thorough with the concept of fractions. But if you want to watch all of those, then please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Siddhi Academics. It motivates me to make videos further. Let's start. Let's start with fractions. Now the word fraction, where actually has it been derived from? It has been derived from the Latin word fractus. Fractus का मतलब क्या होता है? Broken. कुछ जो टूटा हुआ है. That means fraction. Now in a fraction, what parts do we have? We have got two parts. हम सब जानते हैं. जो ऊपर रहता है, that is numerator. और जो नीचे हम लोग लिखते हैं, वो denominator होता है. The numerator represents a number of equal parts. And the denominator indicates how many of those parts make up a unit or a whole. मतलब क्या है? Look at this fraction of cake here. यहाँ पर मान लो मैंने ये पीस लेके अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ बांट के ये वाला पीस खा लिया. Now out of the three equal parts, how many parts are done over? एक equal part हमें और मेरे फ्रेंड्स ने खा लिया है. So ये फ्रैक्शन बन गया. जो मैंने खाया है, जो पीस मैंने खाया है, उसे दिखाने के लिए मैं लिखूंगी 1 out of 3. एक इक्वल पार्ट मैंने खा लिया आउट ऑफ 3 इक्वल पार्ट्स. तो 3 हो गया मेरा डिनोमिनेटर एंड 1 आई राइट एज न्यूमरेटर. Now similarly, if I have to represent the other two parts which are not eaten, which are still left, so leftover cake को represent करने के लिए I will write 2 out of 3. That means there are two equal parts which have not been eaten by any of the kids. They are still to be eaten. Maybe some more kids, some more people will join my party, which is why two more parts are there. To represent those two parts, I'll write as 2 by 3. Now, what does the third point say? Third point says a fraction is represented as a by b, where a and b are natural numbers. Okay, a is the numerator and b will be the denominator. ये तो हमने देख ही लिया. 2 by 3 मतलब a by b ही है, right? So this is what how fractions are written. Okay, एक बीच में एक लाइन रहता है, एक बार रहता है, जिस that we read as by. Now let's start with the type of different fractions. First is proper fraction. जिसमें numerator is always less than denominator. Examples जैसे हमने केक के केस में लिया था, 2 by 3 is left over when suppose the cake is divided into 3 equal parts. और फिर उसके बाद मैंने मेरे फ्रेंड्स के साथ मिलके 1 by 3 पीस खा लिया. So 1 numerator is less than the denominator 3. So this is the proper fraction. Similarly, the leftover cake, that is 2 by 3, is also a proper fraction because 2, which is numerator, is less than denominator, which is 3. Another example is 7 by 20. Even 0 by 23, 0 by any number will be called as a proper fraction. That means 0 is can be considered, okay, as a proper fraction. Very important point to notice, all proper fractions are always less than 1. Okay, जैसे यहाँ पर हमने देखा 2 by 3, 1 by 3 एक full cake से, one whole cake से कम ही है. So that is why all proper fractions are always less than 1. This is very important to remember. We will see that also by representing fractions on a number line. We'll see how proper fractions are always less than 1, how mixed fractions and improper fractions are greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1. That we will see. Okay, so this is one point to remember, which is very important. This could be a true or false question or could be a fill in the blanks question. So you have to remember this. Now for mixed fractions. Mixed fractions consist of a whole number and a proper fraction. Let's take a girl. Let her name be Mia. She was very hungry, so she ate 2 rotis. Okay, 2 full rotis. After that, she still was hungry. But when she took the third roti, she thought that it will be a little more for her. तो उसने क्या किया? जो थर्ड रोटी थी, उसके 3 इक्वल पार्ट्स किए और सिर्फ एक ही पार्ट उसमें से उसने खाया, बाकी 2 पार्ट्स उसने वापस रख दिए. सो उसने टोटल कितना खाया? 2 फुल रोटीज और थर्ड रोटी का 1/3. So how will we represent? We will represent by a mixed fraction like this, 2 1/3. Okay. So some other examples are 2 1/3, 4 3/11, 5 21/34. Now you have to remember, ये जो second part है, that's a proper fraction. That means numerator will always be less than denominator in case of a mixed fraction. Okay. So generally we have to keep in mind that mixed fractions are greater than 1 or equal to 1. We will see that on number line later when we proceed further. Third kind of fractions is improper fraction. Improper fraction is nothing but another way of writing a mixed fraction. Okay, they are one and the same thing. Okay, mixed fraction जैसे कि 7/3 where numerator is greater than or equal to denominator. यहाँ पर numerator जो है बड़ा है denominator से, so it is a improper fraction. I'll just remove this line here. 11/11 यहाँ पर क्या हुआ है, मतलब मान लो एक केक का या फिर एक चॉकलेट का मैंने 11 पीसेस किए और 11 के 11 में और मेरे फ्रेंड से मिलके खा लिए, एंड देन somebody asks you how much did you eat. You can say I ate one full chocolate or cake, or you can say we ate 11 out of 11 pieces of the chocolate or cake. One and the same thing. 11/11 actually कितना होता है, equal to 1 होता है. So this is also a way of representing 1. 11/11 or 12/12. You write the same number in the numerator and denominator. What you get is an improper fraction. Okay. Similarly, 30/47 ये तो नहीं है. It should be 47/30. It's ulta. I'll just change here, make the change here. It should be, the denominator has to be less than the numerator. So 47 should be the numerator and denominator should be 30. So these are all examples of improper fraction. Now let's check how to convert. Why did I say mixed fractions and improper fractions are the same thing? So if this is 2 1/3, if you have to convert it into improper fraction, what you do, you multiply the denominator with the whole number here. You multiply 2 into 3, that is the denominator, with the whole number. Whatever you get, we get here 6. So this 6 needs to be added with this numerator here. So 6 plus 1 will give us numerator. Final numerator is 7/3. Denominator will remain the same. यहाँ पे भी 3 था, यहाँ पे भी 3 रहेगा. So this is the example of mixed fraction, and why I said mixed fraction is equivalent of an improper fraction. Okay, दोनों में एक relationship बनाया जा सकता है. All right. So these are the three very important type of fractions. First we learned proper, where numerator is less than denominator. Mixed fraction, which is combination of whole number plus proper fraction, and improper fraction, which is another way of writing a certain mixed fraction. So here what we do is convert the mixed fraction into a fraction where numerator is either greater or equal to denominator. Okay, always remember the way to convert is, whatever the whole number is there, you multiply with the denominator, and whatever number you get, that you have to add with the excuse me, sorry, add with the numerator. Okay, you add with the numerator, then what you get is an improper fraction. This will give rise to an improper fraction. Okay, from a mixed fraction, this is the way to find an improper fraction. We'll do some examples later for better understanding. Now let's understand equivalent fraction. Another very important aspect about fractions is that the fraction can look different even if they are representing the same value. Look at this here, the circle, we have shaded one part, one side of it. Okay, we have divided into two equal parts in the first circle, and one part has been shaded. So you can write 1/2. For the shaded part, you can write 1/2. For the unshaded part also, here I'll write 1/2. Okay, so whichever part you want to take, you decide, but the fraction will look like 1/2. Now the same circle has been divided into 4 equal parts, and the same, two parts out of them have been shaded. Okay, but if you compare these two circles here, the same amount of area has been shaded and the same amount of area has left unshaded. यहाँ पे आधा अनशेडेड है, यहाँ पर भी वही आधा अनशेडेड है, हालांकि यहाँ पर 2 इक्वल पार्ट्स को शेड किया गया है, यहाँ पर एक इक्वल पार्ट को शेड किया गया है, पर दिखने में दोनों ही सेम सेमी सर्कल ही बनते हैं जो शेडेड है, और जो अनशेडेड है वो भी सेमी सर्कल ही दिख रहा है. So method of writing changes here. If I have to show how much part is unshaded, I will write, or how much part is shaded, one and the same thing. एक ही fraction आएगा, 2/4 में लिखूंगी. 4 equal parts है, 2 parts shaded है, 2 parts unshaded है. So 1/2 और 2/4 they are representing the same area. सेमी सर्कल को ही रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. So 1/2 और 2/4 में एक कॉमन है, so that's why we have put this equal to here. कॉमनैलिटी है, नंबर्स भले ही न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर में चेंज हो गए हो, दे आर शोइंग द सेम एरिया, सो दे और सेम शेडेड रीजन और अनशेडेड पोर्शन. So that is why 1/2 and 2/4 is same. Actually, how do we reach here to 2/4 from 1/2? You multiply 2 here in the numerator and the denominator. Then you reach at 2/4. In the similar way, if I divide 2 here in the numerator and 2 here in the denominator, I reach here. It becomes 1/2, right? और multiply करने से 2/4 तक पहुंच जाती हूँ. So these are called as equivalent fractions. Okay, not all fractions are equivalent. You have to check if they have got a common factor, and if you upon dividing or multiplying you get to the other fraction, okay, that is there in question, then they are equivalent fractions. Okay, so I'll erase this parts here. Now similarly यहाँ पर 6 equal parts में divide करके 3 parts को shade किया गया है, 3 parts unshaded छोड़ा गया है. So the fraction here is 3/6. Now how do you reach 3/6? If you divide this by 3, okay, I'll not write like this, I'll write it in the division way, proper division way. If I divide here 3 in the numerator and the denominator, what do I get? 1/2. Similarly, if I multiply 3 here in the numerator and the denominator, what do I get? 3/6. वो सेम एरिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर भी हमें दिख रहा है. So ये 2/4 और 3/6 भी इक्विवेलेंट फ्रैक्शंस हैं, और ये 1/2 और 3/6 तो इक्विवेलेंट फ्रैक्शंस हैं ही. नंबर चेंज होने से न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर में शेडेड रीजन और अनशेडेड रीजन में कोई फर्क नहीं आ रहा. So 1/2 equal to 2/4 equal to 3/6 equal to 4/8. So equivalent fractions represent the same value. Alright, they represent the same value even they look different. They will be having a common factor between them in the numerator and the denominator. So you need to check out, and then only we can say that yes, these fractions are equivalent. If they don't have any common factor between them, just like if I write 1/2 and I would like to check if it is equivalent to, let's say, 2/6. Are they equivalent? Here see 2 and 6 means both numerator and denominator have a common factor 2. If I remove the 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, I reach at 1/3. Okay, the fraction 1/3 is not equivalent of 1/2. So here I can safely say 1/2 and 2/6 are not equivalent fractions. Okay, so equivalence हम इस तरह से determine करते हैं. Like fractions are very simple. Denominator needs to be same. Numerator can be different. Like in the case of like fraction, 7/46, 2/46, 39/46 all have the same numerator 46 here. So they are all like fractions. Similarly, improper fractions में 35, okay, this is not an improper fraction. I'll change it to 85 to make it a improper fraction. 85/63, 76/63, 80/63. Here the numerators are all greater than the denominator, which means they are all improper fractions, and they are like fractions because denominator remains the same in all the 3 cases. So these are improper fractions which are also like fractions. Unlike fractions definitely will be the opposite of like fractions. Denominators are different. Example, 4 by 5, 7 by 9, 8 by 11. You can write so many other fractions which are unlike. Okay, when the denominators are different. Let's move to the next kind of fraction, type of fraction. Another kind of fraction is irreducible fraction. Irreducible मतलब क्या? जिसको और reduce नहीं किया जा सकता, उसे और छोटा नहीं बनाया जा सकता. What are irreducible fractions? Fractions which has no common factor between numerator and denominator other than 1. मतलब दोनों नंबर्स या तो कोप्राइम है या फिर कोप्राइम ही है. लाइक 2 by 9, दोनों में कोई कॉमन फैक्टर्स नहीं है. सो 2 by 9 इज एन irreducible फ्रैक्शन. अगर मैं 3 by 9 लू तो उन दोनों में न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर दोनों नंबर्स में एक कॉमन फैक्टर है 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9. अब जब मैं 1 by 3 पे पहुंचती हूँ, 1 by 3 is a fraction which has only one common factor, that is 1. Now this is an irreducible fraction. 2 by 9 is an irreducible fraction, but 3 by 9 is not an irreducible fraction. Similarly 3 by 11, ये दोनों ही कोप्राइम नंबर्स हैं. 17 by 21, ये भी दो कोप्राइम नंबर्स हैं. कोप्राइम नंबर्स आर दोज नंबर्स which have got no common other number is there. So these are all irreducible fractions. Okay. Now let's understand how we represent a fraction on a number line. Now see here, this is 0, number 0, and this is number 1, and this is number 2. Now between 0 and 1, the segment, the number line has been divided into 4 equal parts, right? तो 4 इक्वल पार्ट्स अगर 0 से 1 के बीच में मैंने डिवाइड किया है, मतलब ईच पार्ट इज इक्विवेलेंट ऑफ 1/4. ये भी 1/4 है, ये भी 1/4, ये भी 1/4, ये भी 1/4. ये 4 1/4 मिलके ही आई हैव रीच्ड एट 4/4 विच इज नथिंग बट 1. यहाँ पे पहुंचती हूँ, राइट. सो ये जो यहाँ से 0, ये सर्कल रिप्रेजेंट्स 0. नो शेडेड पार्ट of this circle represents 0. When I shade only one part out of the 4 parts, that is 1/4. 2 parts are shaded, 2/4. Here 3/4 similarly. And when I reach 4/4, 1/4 is what? 4/4. It becomes equivalent to 1, which means the entire circle is shaded. Now we reach at 5/4. 5/4. अगर ना समझ में आ रहा हो, think like this. One full circle and another 1/4 of a circle. So it is 1/4. 1/4 को अगर हम improper fraction में represent करेंगे, then we will multiply 4 into 1. It becomes 4, and then we add this 4 and 1. It becomes 5. So improper fraction जो बनता है इसका वो हो जाता है 5/4. Okay. Then similarly here 2/4, yes. So it will be 6/4, right? 6/4. This is 1 3/4, which is nothing but 7/4. And here it is 1 4/4, which means 1 plus 1, which is 2. Means 2 complete circles, 2 completely shaded circles. So this is how you represent fractions on number line. We had discussed a while ago when we were discussing about proper fractions के proper fractions में they are always less than 1. Now here we can see 3/4 when represent on a number line, 2/4, 1/4, any number you take like that which is a proper fraction will always come between 0 and 1. Now you know why. After seeing this representation, are you able to visualize? So this should clear your doubt that all proper fractions come between the range of 0 and 1. Okay. Now let's convert unlike fractions into like fractions. Okay. So first step that's required to be done is to find the LCM of the denominators of all the given fractions. Okay. Whatever fractions we have been given, to convert to like fraction, first we'll find the LCM of the denominators. Then change each fraction into an equivalent fraction by taking that LCM as the denominator, new denominator. How we will see? See, first question here I have taken as an example. We have to convert 7 by 8, 5 by 16 and 9 by 56. All of them are three unlike fractions. We need to convert them into equivalent fractions. So we'll do the first question here. So first we'll find the LCM of the denominators. I'll not write here. I'll first find the LCM. So 8, denominator is 8, 16 and the next denominator is 56. So 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 sevens are 56. Sixteen into 7 is how much? 112. So this is the LCM. Now I will take this 112 as the denominator and convert all of this fraction into like fractions. So here 112. Now 8 into what will give 112? From here I can see, if I multiply 14 with 8, I will get 112. So 8 into 14 is 112, means here also in the numerator I need to multiply 14. So 7 4s are 20, it will be 98. So 7 into 14 is 98. So one fraction we have got. Now another fraction is 5 by 16. Similarly here also we have to make them all equivalent fractions, means all the denominators should be equal to 112, then only all of them will become like fractions or equivalent fractions. So 16 here, 16 into what? See, 16, the other number is 4, 8 into 2 is 16, 16 into 7 is 112, that means 16 into 7 here is 112, means here I will multiply 7 in the numerator also. So 5 into 7 will be 35, 35 by 112. Next is 9 by 56. Here also 112. So that means 7 8s are 56. 56 into 2 is 112. So here also I will multiply 56 into 2 is 112, means I will multiply 2 in numerator also. It will become 18. Okay. So all the like fractions that we got, we will write 98 by 112, 35 by 112 and 18 by 112. These are all the like fractions. Okay. Initially they were unlike, like here, but we converted them into like fractions. Similarly here, second question is 7 by 8 and 4 by 9. Now if you see here, their LCM I can't find. They don't have any common factor. Then in such a case, how do we find LCM? We multiply to find LCM of two numbers which do not have any common factor. We multiply them. So 8 9s are 72. So LCM of 8 and 9 is 72. So here I will write 72. 8 9s are 72. So here I will multiply in the numerator also I will multiply 9. It will become 7 9s are 63. 72 here, 9 8s are 72. So here I will multiply 8. It will become 32. So the pair which are like fractions now the pair is 63 by 72 by 32 by 72. I hope we are clear how to convert unlike fractions to like fractions.